welcome to my Tarot Corner. So, to say the least, I am really worried. If you saw the previous video that I shared, things are really getting tough here. In less than 2 weeks, the Parliament is going back to work, and they can put the laws that are changing our judicial system, and with that our complete regimen system within moments. The laws are already on the table of the Knesset, and they can pass them with within hours. So we're doing whatever we can to fight it and demonstrating all the time around the clock. And next week we have a Memorial Day for soldiers that fell in wars. And it's going to be very explosive, because many families of soldiers that died don't want politicians to come to the cemeteries, and they are threatening not to come themselves. And next day we have Independence Day, and it's going to be terrible. It's going to be really terrible. So it's a very difficult time here, and I'm trying to clear my head by staying up to date with everything that is going on with the coronation and with the toxic duo. And I have to say that one thing that really puzzles me, and I even sent a question to Lady C about it, is the reason why Meghan decided not to come. And I know that in my previous reading, I got to the conclusion that she is afraid of the booing. But this is something that is not new. She was ready for it. She knew about the booing. This is not something that all of a sudden she realized that there will be booing. And Neil Sean claims that up until a few weeks ago, she was still getting ready for the coronation. She had gone to designers, she was getting fitted to a few designer outfits. She was going to wow the world with her appearance. So she was going to arrive, and then something happened to make her decide to stay. Now, conflicting items are coming up. Today, the news outlets are full of items about Meghan sending letters to Charles about the unconscious bias after the Oprah interview, and her having a conversation with Charles about it, and that she wasn't satisfied with the way that the royal family dealt with the racism issue in the royal family, and that was a part of her reason why she decided not to come. But that is not true. That is not new as well. This is something that happened 2 years ago. So that's not something that happened 2 weeks ago. And on one side, people are saying that Harry said that he's coming just for the coronation. He's going back immediately. And then other people said maybe he's going to stay because on the 9th there is another hearing for the court case, the one that he came for without having to come. So maybe he'll stay for the court case. And then Today I read that Harry has been trying to reach the king. He's been trying to talk to him. He wants to have some kind of reconciliation. He's missing part of his British life. He wants to spend some more time in the UK. So it's a lot of conflicting information. And one of my subscribers wrote to me and asked me to check, because she's been doing her own readings, she keeps coming up with the same answer, that Harry will not come to the coronation after all. So this is going to be a mishmash of a reading. So I'm going to start with a cross of truth, trying to figure out what is behind Meghan's decision not to come to the coronation, and then we will go on from there. So I am using the Urban Tarot, which is a kind of a modern tarot deck. And before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. Okay, so clearing the deck. Okay, so what is the truth behind Meghan's decision not to come to the coronation? What is the real reason why Meghan decided not to come to the coronation? What is the real reason? What is the truth behind Meghan's decision not to come to the coronation? What is the truth behind Meghan's decision not to come to the coronation? Okay, so I'm cutting the deck, and this reading is going to be with the cross of truth. So the first card is the basis card, and the basis card is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords here says truce, but Four of Swords is a card of deciding not to decide. It is a card of someone who is unable to make a decision, or it is very difficult for him to make a decision. Someone who decides, and this was the basis. So for quite a while, and for a long time, she was leaning between the two options. She was playing with the two options. She wasn't sure whether she was going or not going. She was deferring the decision, and that is why it took them so long to come up with the answer. So for a long time, she decided not to decide, and this is the basis of it. So she was conflicted for a long time, and this is the basis of this whole thing. So many things that were accumulating, and many things that were on the downside, and many things that were on the upside, and she couldn't make up her mind. So for a long time she decided not to decide, and that is why for quite a while they didn't give an answer. And I understand that there were a lot of arguments in Montecito. Harry wanted her to let at least Archie come with him, and she said no. But there were a lot of arguments around this entire issue. But this is the basis. She couldn't decide for a long time because there were a lot of issues around this, a lot of issues that for the negative, and now a lot of issues for the positive. So this is the basis. So what did she really want? What did she really want? And her real wish was the Princess of Discs, which is the Princess of Pentacles, and that is the clerk. So she really wanted to be the one there that looks like a princess, that looks like a rich princess, and that someone who looks tidy, someone who looks very kept, someone who looks that someone who can controls work, someone who's very good with work, someone who is very this is the perfect person who is someone who controls the material world, someone who is a great worker, a great business person. She wanted to be seen, she wanted to be there and to be seen as the great businesswoman, as the great entrepreneur, as a big success. This is what she wanted to be seen. This is her real wish. This is what she wanted. So she wanted to be that princess. She wanted to be that woman at that day. And what was helpful? So what was the what were the things that were pros in this? What were the pros in this deliberation? What were the things that were making her think to what were the things that were the pros for her to go to the coronation? And the pros were the Ace of Wands. Okay, so the Ace of Wands is the ace of getting your wishes realized in the material world. So by going to the coronation, this was a part of her getting her wishes realized in the material world. This is the main positive thing that she could have gotten from going to the coronation. This is the main thing that she could have gained from going to the coronation, and she gave that up. So what was the reason? What were the challenges? What was the cons that were so deep that made her give up an Ace of Wands? And we are getting here the Knight of Swords. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is the spoiled kid. And as I always tell you, knights are people that are missing opportunities because they have problems. And the Knight of Swords problem is that he's expecting others to do the work for them. So she was expecting someone to do the work for her. She wasn't satisfied that something that she wanted other people to do for her wasn't done. So I don't know exactly what it is, but something that she wanted other people to do, and it is another sword card, so it's interesting. Something that she wanted done. Maybe it is about maybe it is about the racism, and maybe she wanted the king to come out with it's an air energy, so it is about communication. So maybe she wanted the king to come out with a declaration of coming out against racism. Maybe she wanted something, some kind of a communication that will come out with an apology, something that she wanted other people to do, something that she should have done, and she wanted other people to do for her. and she couldn't get other people to do that. And because of that, she misses the opportunity to go to the coronation. So this is the main pitfall. This is the challenge. This is the main reason. She expected someone to do something for her, and that something is connected to energy, something that is connected to communication, something that is connected also to war and to battles. It is a swords energy. So the Knight of Swords is also about war, about quarrels. It's about fighting. So she maybe expected Harry to fight more fiercely about her right to be maybe in the front, and maybe about her right to be with a tiara, or maybe about their rights to be on the balcony. She was not satisfied. She was disappointed because she expected others to do things that she was supposed to do. So I am more inclined to think that she was the one that was supposed to issue an apology, and she expected others to issue an apology, and she is cross and she's angry that the other side did not issue that apology. Because the Knight of Swords is usually expecting others to do something that you yourself are supposed to do. And I think that she knows very well that she's the one who needs to issue an apology, but she wants them to issue the apology. So this is the main reason. This is why. And she waited until the last minute to hear from the king that he is apologizing. She waited until the last minute to hear some kind of word, and this is why she sent the letter. She waited until it was almost impossible to wait any longer, to be able to get some kind of an apology, something that she could comprehend as an apology, or that she could show the world as an apology, or as the royal family admitting a fault in some way. And maybe the Ngozi Fulani whole debacle was a part of her attempt to get the royal family to say something for her as well. And this is why Dr. Shola came out and said all sorts of things about why the royal family apologized, or why Lady Susan Hussey apologized to Ngozi Fulani, but she did not, but the royal family did not apologize to Meghan, because it is all connected. It was all a part of trying to pressure the royal family to issue some kind of apology. And I believe that this is my feeling, this is my gut feeling. And this is the main reason, because she was planning to be there and to be seen as this princess of Pentacles, as someone who is a great entrepreneur, someone who has a lot of money, someone who is a great businesswoman and looks impeccable and looks amazing. And this is what she was planning to, this was her plan, this was her main wish. And look what she's giving up. She's giving up the ability to have her wishes realized in the material world, because had she gone to the coronation, she could have had her wishes realized. She would have had a better relationship with the royal family. She could have claimed a better connection to the royal family, even later on to tell the world that she is connected to the royal family. She could have claimed the Duchess title even better after going to the coronation. So she's giving up a lot for this principle that she just cannot give up, because probably she gave some kind of an ultimatum and she cannot back up now. So last card is the outcome, and the outcome is the Seven of Swords. Okay, and what the Seven of Swords here says is futility. And Seven of Swords is usually a card of strategy and planning. And what I can tell you from here, so this is not about, we know that she's not coming, and this means that she's going to start planning and strategizing the future, and how is she going to go from here now, and what is she going to do next. But since that card is saying futility, I would say that probably her next plans are going to be futile, because this is about futility. This is about plans that are probably not going to succeed. We need to take the card as it is in the deck, and this card is about futility. So it is about plans, it is about strategies. She is starting to plan and strategizing. She is always planning and strategizing, and she is doing it right now as well. So she is doing it, and she will go on doing it. It's another sword card. All of these three cards are swords, as you can see. All of these three, all of the main spine of the cross is swords, because it's all about thoughts, it's all about plans, it's all about strategizing, and this is exactly what she's doing. She's always strategizing, she's always planning, she's always thinking about how she could get what she wants. And this is going to be futile, because she's giving up what can really make her wishes come true, which is the Ace of Wands. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these cards here, and I'm going to do a tarot reading in which I'm going to ask the universe to answer my next questions, and they might be conflicting, so we will have to try and see which is the stronger answer, and see what we're getting. So let me just try and put this sunlight away, so the reflection won't be in our way. And let's just shuffle once more. This is, by the way, an example of an illustrated peep card, peep deck, because the minors are not completely illustrated. They are peep, so you can see the seven swords, but there is an illustration here. Okay, so let's clear the deck again. And let's start asking the universe. So please align the cards in the right way to answer my next questions correctly. Please align the cards in the right way to answer my next questions correctly. Please align the cards in the right way to answer my next questions correctly. Please align the cards in the right way to answer my next questions correctly. So once again, I am cutting once, and for each question I'm taking out 4 cards, and the 5th card is the answer. So the first question is what I was asked to check. is there a possibility that Harry will not come to the coronation after all? Will there be some last minute change and Harry will decide not to come to the coronation? So taking out 4 cards. And the answer is the 5th card, and it is the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so the 4 of Pentacles is a card of acting out of feeling threatened, and because you feel threatened, you are acting out of self-defense. So this is a no card. So for a yes or no answer, it's a no answer. So I don't think that it's that, at least not according to to this reading. I don't think that Harry will decide in the last minute to avoid the coronation. Not according to this card. This is a no card. Once again, the card that comes after the 4 of Pentacles usually is the 5 of Pentacles, which is self-destruction and ruin, and it's a difficult card. And the 4 of Pentacles, it's also a message card that is leaning towards a no, and it's a no. So here we're looking more at the negativity of the card, and not much about the answer of the message of the card, but the answer is no. So no, Harry won't decide in the last minute to not come to the coronation, at least not according to this reading. Okay, so the next question is, will Harry decide to stay longer because of the trial that has another hearing on the 9th of May? So this is another option, and the answer is the Devil. So the Devil is another no, and the Devil is a clear no card. Addiction, all the bad things that you can think of. And once again, we don't look at the message of the card. It's a no. He will not decide to stay. He will do exactly what he said that he's going to do. He will come for exactly the coronation. He won't stay even to the concert. He will stay for exactly what he said. So I don't believe all of those puff pieces that are saying that he was trying to communicate with Charles and he's trying to heal the rift. And because had he tried to heal the rift, he would have stayed for at least the concert. He would have stayed for longer. If he's coming only for the coronation and going back as soon as the coronation is over, then he's not trying to heal anything. So, and the Devil card is only telling us what exactly is in his mind. So, no. Okay. The next card, the question is a question that came up after watching yesterday the live between Michelle from Royal Daily Tea and Kinsey Schofield. And they asked is there a possibility that Harry and Meghan will adopt a child? I don't think that there is a possibility that they will have a third child, but maybe they will decide to adopt. And if you watched Lady C's membership video, apparently there is a royalty in a German royal that is now having a child through surrogacy, and they are coming out and telling that and saying it without shame, without trying to obscure it, and which is very nice and very good of them. Okay, so are Harry and Meghan going to try and adopt a third child? And the answer is justice. Okay, so justice is a message card, and the message of justice is to look at your life's pathway, to look at the things in your life's pathway, and which are the things that are redundant, and those things that are redundant, to cut them out. So the answer, the message here is no. Why? Because I don't think that a third child is going to be something that is going to help Harry and Meghan in their life's pathway. There is no additive or there is no positive positive anything for it, because first of all they got a reward for having two children, and then they will never admit that they couldn't have children, and that is why they are adopting. And then as according to my previous readings at least, they are saying that I saw that their marriage is on the rocks. So if their marriage is not in such a good basis, I don't think that bringing another child into that is so good. So I don't think that this is something that is going to help them in their life's pathway. And I don't think that this is a good idea for them. I don't think that they themselves think that. And this is a no. So I don't think so. So once again, this is a neutral card, and we need to interpret it according to the question. And according to this question, it seems like a no to me. And the fourth question is, will Netflix broadcast or stream Archie's birthday? So on one hand, I see that Meghan is planning a low-key birthday for Archie. And on the other side, I see that Netflix is planning to stream Archie's or to broadcast Archie's birthday. So which is it? Is Netflix planning to stream or to broadcast Archie's birthday? If they do, I don't know who is going to watch it except the Sussex squad. And the answer is no. It's a clear 9 of swords, worry, justified worry. This is a clear no. Netflix is not going to stream a 4-year-old birthday party. Whoever thought that this is a good idea, really, I don't know where they are getting their ideas or why they are thinking this is a good idea. I mean, really, this is ludicrous. This is really ludicrous. So this is a clear no, and naturally this is not something that Netflix could ever think that it's a good idea. Nobody would even watch it. Nobody cares about Archie's birthday. Most Americans don't even know who Archie is. And as I said, no, there is no way. And if they do, then they will end up in the 9 of swords. No way. So this is the tarot. And the oracle is the wisdom of the oracle. And the card is for us on King Charles' coronation day. And the multiple puff pieces that are coming out and how to deal with them. One of the things that I really saw today that really made me laugh was that Catherine took a picture of the Queen with her grandchildren during her last holiday they had a few weeks before she died, with all of her grandchildren. And the Sussexes were not there because they never ever accepted any invitation from the Queen, and now a royal extract says that Kate snubbed the Sussexes. So I don't really, these puff pieces, it's a clickbait, and it's really, I mean, how stupid can a person be? So let's see, how can we deal with all of these puff pieces? Clearing the deck. Okay, so King Charles coronation and the puff pieces that are coming out. King Charles coronation and the puff pieces that are coming out. Blessed. Let's see what the meaning of it. So the essential message of this card is essential. That's something wonderful that is unearned, unexpected, grace that is unforeseen gift from spirit. So I think that this is the real thing about King Charles's coronation. And I know that there are a lot of people that have a lot of criticism regarding the coronation, but as Lady C said, maybe we will come to the day of the coronation and we will see that it is something amazing that we never expected, and maybe we are blessed, and we need to think about it and just nurture this message in our hearts. So this is it for this reading, and I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.